Okay, well, this is supposed to be a short, but I don't think it's going to end up. So I'll put this now, and if I can make it a short, I'll cut it out. But meanwhile, I'm Grannyopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. Link in the description. I'm also on Twitter, Gab and Parler, where I tell you when I've uploaded something. If you want to contribute to the channel, buy me a coffee. Any one of the other links below. Right, I just want to read this comment which appeared under my video, Hussey, Headley, Ngozi and why the African mashup was so wrong. I referred to Marlene Headley as Marlene Headley and as Ngozi Fulani because Marlene Headley is actually her legal name. She used Ngozi Fulani as one of the names, according to the Lotus Eater, just one of the names she put out as assistants or co-founders or whatever of this charity for abused women that she has set up, which is looking more and more like a scam. But yeah, I'm not going to go into that at the moment. I am going to just read out this comment. Twaddle. Miss Hussey, Twaddle, I don't know which bit of my video she's referring to as Twaddle, but anyway, Miss Hussey, she means Lady Hussey, but she's not bright enough to work that out, behaved rudely, unprofessionally, and in a racist manner. Racist. Now, what does racist mean there? Yeah, so that's just number one, use of the word racist, something I don't like. Okay, she has had the good grace to apologise and her victim the kindness to accept. Okay. Underneath, dead naming someone is racist. Now, let me just talk about what dead naming is. Dead naming is when somebody changes his or her name to something else legally. Right, so let's say a girl called Jane Smith and she changes her name to Buck Rogers. Okay, so Buck Rogers is on her passport and on her driving licence and, you know, everywhere else. And we legally, if she had to go and give evidence in court or whatever, they'd call her Buck, right? So that is a legal name change. But Marlene Headley didn't do that. She just used the name Marlene Headley when it suited her. At other times, she used the name Ngozi Fulani, and there's a whole list of other names she used. And according to research done by the Lotus Eaters, it appears that these different people who were receiving money or guaranteeing the veracity of her shelter for domestic abuse victims, they were all her with a lot of other different names. So it might not have been Ngozi Fulani that she was using at Buck House. She could have been using another one of her 5 or 6 names, or perhaps even one of the names that her sister was adopting, which again was a long list of different names, or maybe the one her son adopted. Again, he appears to have had several names as well. Okay, so the people in this family all had a lot of different names and they were all sort of signatories in one way or the other to get funds for this charity, which has been wound up now. And I don't know what's happened to all the people who she was supposed to be taking care of because they don't appear to be around. However, far be it from me to suggest that she was running a dishonest enterprise. But what I can say is that she was called Marlene Headley, not Ngozi Fulani. That was a nom de guerre, you might say. That's not dead naming. And it's certainly not racist. Marlene Headley is the name given to her by her Caribbean-born parents. They didn't think it was racist, and she grew up as Marlene Headley all the way until she took an African dance class, whereupon she became Ngozi Fulani, which is a mashup of a name and a very silly one at that. Okay, so, but racist here. Dead naming someone is racist. Lady Hussey was racist. Everything is racist. This person who made that comment, she has nothing else in her head but racist. It comes up like one of those flippy things on card indexes. Everything she wants to look at that she doesn't like, it just flips up. Racist, racist, racist. She has no other vocabulary. Can you imagine somebody with such a brain? I can't, but then, yeah, I've got a fairly large vocabulary, I suppose. All right, well, That's it. That's my take on this commenter's take. I'm going to blur out the name. I don't want her to be abused. Right, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.